Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am currently working on my paper pumpkin alternatives for December 2023's paper pumpkin kit called All the Best. This is alternative video number 13. It's going to air January 2nd. So I hope you all are having a great New Year and had a great Christmas. So let me show you just what the projects were. You could have made these 3 sets of 3 cards and a little acetate box for the December 2023 kit. On the back, as always, there's a QR code. There's a visual of everything in the kit and the coordinating colors. And we're going to get right on into this card. So, we're going to actually be doing 2 cards because the card using the products from the kit, I went ahead and prepped everything, and I just want to show you how I did that with ink instead of Versamark and embossing powder. So let's get on with this. Hopefully this isn't confusing. So where's that little embossing folder I used? So from the kit, I used one of these, but we'll get to that. So we're going to use a clear, not a clear envelope, a white envelope. We are using a gold card base. This is that very old Stampin' Up! Brushed gold they had. 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. For the first card, we're using gold. For the second card, this is a white card base. Okay, I'm going to show you these things side by side up here. We might run out of room, but you should see enough of that in camera. So our second layer is, our first layer is from the kit, and we are using, let me show you, a piece like this. I do think I have to trim this one down because it should be 4 by 5 1/4 for this. And for our card that I'm going to show you, this layer is 4 by 5 1/4 in Balmy Blue. So then we are using this square piece for our card, and I made one identical to that. My ticket corner punch here is not as round as theirs, but it does the job. Stick that back in my drawer. And this measures, so same as this one. This measures 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. Now we are going to cut this down in a minute, but let me show you further what we're doing. So I used that embossing folder. Remember, these were a duo. There was an oval and a rectangle one. I already did one with the oval. So this is what I've done with, it does this. So what I did with this is I took this and I stuck it just like that, just eyeballed it roughly in the center and ran this through my Big Shot, because that's what I have. I'm not getting a new one until this is the big one anyways. I have the mini die cut and emboss machine from Stampin' Up. It's great. I know their machine works great. I just can't afford to get one until mine breaks. So I ran this through my embossing folder. I'm going to show you what I ended up with here. Ta-da! So here you can see my frame that I did. Now you can see my embossing already. I stamped in Versamark and then I embossed it. I left the 4 corners now with nothing on them because that's where something else is going to go. So just bear with me. So on this one, we're going to have to do the same stamping. That's what I mean. I've got something to share with you. And then, okay, so for the card that does not have, if you don't have this, I made something else to go with it. So we have 3 layers, and I am going to have to scoot this up. Hopefully you guys can see it. So for the blue card, when you don't have this, you have a white that's 2 1/8 by 2 3/4. We have Bumblebee in a yellow, Daffodil Delight, so saffron, all of those would work. 2 by 2 5/8 layered up, and then a piece of Pear Pizzazz that is 2 3/16 by 1 1/2. That's going to go in the center of the one we are going to show you. Then we are going to be using this rectangle postage punch. Oh my goodness. What a mouthful. We're going to do one of those. I have some scrap paper here to punch that out. And then, so for the gold one, if you are following the gold one, I have, did I do the gold? Yes. 1 1/4 by 2 1/8. This nestles right inside here. Well, close enough to it anyways to sit like that. And then we have that postage rectangle punch, which I'm not going to show you what I did until the last minute. That's going to go right there. So I'm going to move these aside, and we are going to start with this piece, but I'm going to show you how I did that on the balmy blue. So let me put all of my goodies here on the inside. Move that aside. Now this one, I do know we have to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, because right now it is 4 1/4. So we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off of that side, turn it around. Yes, it tore there, but I got some tape on it on the back side. Go to 4 now. Now the trick is to take that same little bit amount off top and bottom, so which it's right about there. Turn it this way and get it to my 5 1/4 mark. So all of those now are off of the card base. And when we finish this one, we'll glue them both on at the same time. That's my extra envelope. So here we go. We're going to use those 2 little dandelion seedlings. We're going to use balmy blue on balmy blue, but I used Versamark and gold embossing powder. So now I can show you how I did that. So I'm going to take one, I'm going to go there. Then I took this one and I went like so. Then this is exactly what I did. I started here and then I went around to the side here because I knew my frame is right in the center. So I'm going to take this one, go like that. Then this one kind of got cut off. And then this one went upside down. Now we're right over here. We're just going around the clock. So we need our big one, big fluffy one, right about there. This one, there. Now we're over here. So I started with this one there, this one here, and this one up here. All right, so there's that. That's that one. Now we are going to go ahead. Where's my card base? Lay those there. We're going to glue this one down, and then we're going to glue the one that goes onto the gold. Big X slash 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 dash 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 dash. I'm interested to see how this one comes out with the colored ink. So there's that one. Now let's do this one. You can see I had to put a little bit of tape because when I ran it through, oh, and I put the tape on the wrong side. You can see right here, it cut it. I was like, oh no. So maybe it cut both the top and the bottom piece and I just missed this one. So I'm just putting some Scotch tape there. That's going to hold it all together again. You won't even notice it, and you don't. So here we go. Because this is a little warped from all the heat from the embossing tool, I'm going to go around the edge. And then I'm going to give me some little swirlies in here because I'm going to then smooth it down. And it doesn't matter top and bottom. I like the lighter part down at the bottom. And I'm sticking it on that brushed gold card base I made. And I'm just going to rub-a-dub-dub, right? Rub it, rub it, rub it. So it all adheres well and down, and hopefully it won't be warped from all that heat embossing I did. Though this side needs a little shimmy and it's not going down. That's down really, really well. So we have both of our card bases. This is me to demonstrate how I came up with this. So next we have that gold piece, which is going to go in the center of this one. And I'm going to use dimensionals. Now, I know from last time I stuck it in the center. I pulled it up because I didn't get it where I wanted, but hopefully I get it this time. So I'm going to like sneak it in right about there, lay it down. There we go. So this one now is done. Now I have, this one has a white layer for the center. Okay, just like that. And then we have the bumblebee layer, which is going to snuggle down in there. And we're going to do those all together. And then we'll glue them down. I think I got a goober in there. Come on, out with it. There we go. That cannot stay. Sorry. You just cannot stay on my card. I didn't glue the white one yet. I'm just layering them up because we don't have the frame on this one. I guess I could have done it in there, but I didn't, just in case you didn't have a frame. X. This is representing that embossed frame I have on the other one. Now these can all get glued down. No dimensionals on these. No need to dash, dash, dash or anything like that on these. Because we're going to use dimensionals on our last piece. So there we have all of that. Now let's work on the inside of the card. And I will show you for the inside of this one, ta-da, this is what we are going to do, but we are going to use, this is going to go on our gold one, so let's do that. This is going down, it's all embossed with the gold embossing powder, and I just used Versamark ink in gold embossing powder. You stamp whatever you want to stamp, you sprinkle the embossing powder on it, and you set it with a heat gun. And my heat gun does not reach my table here, my desk. It reaches my knee of my pants. And yes, I have actually burned a hole in my pants embossing on my knee in the last time I did that. So we're not doing that again because I got those same kind of knit leggings on. So this one's done. Now we need to repeat what we're doing. So for our sentiment, we are going to do it in Balmy Blue. 1,000 good luck wishes. Right about there. And then we are going to stamp that large dandelion. And to do that, we need the Pear Pizzazz because that's the bit of green I used. And not the old olive, I just grabbed old olive. And the dandelion bumblebee color that I'm using for my dandelions. So let's start with our leaf because that's kind of how I do this. You guys have seen me do this several times. I'm just using the corner part of my stamp. So we are going to stamp our flower right there. Oh, now I got to clean it off because otherwise we'll get a bit of green where we don't want green. So now I'm going to pick this up, use the edge bit right there. All right, that's done. Now for our little dandelion, we're going to put it up here, and we are just going to do the same thing. We're just going to ink up the little stem. Now, because, oh, see, I have balmy blue on that one. I forgot to clean it. That's all right, because we're going to cover it in Bumblebee. It's going to be bright. Right, beautiful color. Now we're going to stick that there just like so, so you don't even see it. So that's on the inside of our card. Now let's work for our center. And let me show you. Oh, no, I don't want to show you yet. Not yet. So you're going to see these. Look. Oh, they're so cool. So here's a corner, here's a corner, here's a corner. 4 corners. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did this. But first, let's glue these on here. They're going to go like so. And I'm wondering, do I want to put them up on dimensionals? I don't want to. I think they just need to go straight down. So I'm going to hopefully get some glue out of this little bottle here. Little squiggle. Here's one. Now don't worry, I'm going to show you how I cut it and how I stamped it, because I made my own. Of course, it doesn't have the gold foil around the outside. But I'm going to show you how I did this. We're going to make our own for the other card. So there's that one. Let's go to this side. I will tell you, this little one got a little bit of embossing powder kind of all over it. So it's not as bright white. Let's see, get you right into the spot. Oh, come on, little glue bottle. Let me lay it down on its side. Turn it this way. Isn't that cool? I think it's gorgeous. I love it. So there's that one. Now, how did I do it with this one? So the first thing we're going to do is I need to move this. I need to bring in my guillotine. Now, I took, where's that square that matches the one we just did? Come on, where's the square? Oh, here it is. It's not where it should be. This one, right? I took this one for the other one. I put this in at 1 1/4, making sure the very edge is at 1 1/4, and I cut. Then I turned it this way, lined it back up at 1 1/4, and I cut. So there's one corner. This one now has to come in and get cut at 1 1/4. Right, so there's 2 of mine that we need. We need to do this one. So back to the very edge of it, we're going to 1 1/4, and I cut out having to use the 16th and 18th inches by cutting it down to 1 1/4. So there's 3. I think that's 1 1/2, and I might have just messed my mark up. I think I did, because it needs to be 1 1/4. So I have to make one more at 1 1/4. Give me a second. I did mess it up. But I should have a little scrap that's 1 1/4. This is 1 1/4. So there's 1 1/4. Now I just need my little ticket corner punch. Stick one corner in there. And now I have all 4. I don't want to throw my punch away. The punch needs to go in the drawer. So then I took all my 4 corners and I'm going to stamp on them. Now with this card here, all I did was stamp in Versamark and then embossed it, right? And this one though, we want to stamp here, and I'm going to show you where's my stamp. So I'm going to first, I think this time we are going to do the yellow because I want to make sure. All right, so we're going to do, we want to get our flower up near that part of it. So there's one. We're going to do all 4 of these first, just like the first. All 4 yellow, bumblebee yellow. There's 3. It's just easier to show you with ink than doing the verse mark. Okay, now I'm going to give this a little scrub-a-dub-dub here. And now I need, not the old olive, I need the pear pizzazz. So there we go. Now we're going to add our stem. There's 1. 2. Trust me, right about now I'm thinking about cutting the stamp right in half. But I'm going to try not to. I wouldn't move it past me. It wouldn't be the first polymer stamp set that I just chopped so I could use it the way I wanted it. Cutting it would mean that I wouldn't have to clean it off every time I did this. So there are all our 4 corners. So let's get those onto the blue one. And that's how I did it with that for this card. Now we're going to put these in their place. We're just going to glue these down as well. Actually, I really think these might be pretty popped up. Oh, and this one's not going to be right where I want it, but that's okay. We're still going to go for it. We're just going to glue them down. Just glue them down. So here's one in the corner. I think these actually could have been down to 1 inch and they might have lined up a little better with that layer. But the yellow, I think, really needed the white. So I'm going to turn it upside down so I can do these 2. That could have been a little higher. Maybe I should have put them up on dimensionals, but not now. The glue, I'm sure, is already set. That's okay. So let's turn it this way. So next we needed, what are we going to put in there? Well, it's not going to be anything. Not going to be anything with words. We are just adding the large dandelion again. So this now can get glued down because I already have the gold piece on dimensionals. But on our second card here, we are going, oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. So this is it. Make sure it's going the right way. I really do wish those now were a little smaller, but this is how I'm showing you what I did. So here is my scrap paper that we're going to do that postage, rectangle postage stamp on. Have to, no, I don't. I don't have to clean it off because if it's a little, there. We're going to start now with our green stem. Right there. And let's go ahead and do our envelope. I will need to get the embossing powder out for the gold one, but for the non-gold base, card base, we're going to just do the dandelion. Like so. And I'm going to clean it off. I'm inking it up. Here we go. There's our envelope. Now, of course, I'll have to do an envelope with just the gold. I think I can do that on camera too. So let me give this a really good clean off. And we'll do the envelope. Let's get this one done first. How's that? Let's try that first. So we're just going to get this in there, do the punch, and glue this on top of, oh, this is going on dimensionals. That's right. You know what would be pretty on this one is a little bit of blue speckly. I like how I'm sticking my dimensionals to me because I had an afterthought. Stamp off, stamp, stamp, just to tie in our there. That I think is so cute. Look at that. So this is going on dimensionals. Just 2. That's all I think it needs. So this is going in the center now. And that shows you how I created this card with the card base. But now I'm going to show you the embossing on the envelope for the gold one. So give me a second. I want to close up all my colored inks. Move those aside. I need that one. And I ink me up along with it. So, and I don't have a towel. I have a paper towel. Just not a towel. All right. Versamark. Let's close up the blue. Don't need that. So we're doing the envelope for this one. It's a simple one. Let's put that one in that one. And did I clean that off? Yes. So this is what we're creating for the gold one. Here is my envelope, and I am going to use the Stampin' Pierce mat because I didn't get all of it on there. So Versamark. I just stamped it. Where's my embossing powder? My little paper coffee filter here. And it still has embossing powder on it. My gold embossing powder. Sprinkle it on there. And let's put this right back into there. Now you guys are going to hear the gun going off, the heat gun, but you can't see it. All right, so this is what I use now. I'm not doing it directly on my pants. So there's my gold one. And that's how I did the entire process with the gold card. Was just like that. So there's the inside. Here's the one we did with the colors. Now you can still do this if you have some gold foil. You don't necessarily have to have that little bit of that embossed frame. I know it's very subtle. It's just I have it and I want to use something I have. So I did. So I hope you guys like this video and don't mind the time it took to show you how I created the card. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please give me some feedback on how you think this went. And I invite you to come back and visit me in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now. Maybe if I can get the camera off. It says no go. I don't know what's going on with that. There's a close-up, guys. Bye-bye for now.